amazing information today. Last week, we talked about the procrastination part, and one of the risks of the procrastination is financial risk, where we have to pay some extra fees, delay in payments, and sometimes it costs us to procrastinate on our health and on various things or aspects in our life. Today, I have a wonderful guest with me. Yes, Cynthia, if you can join, ask to join the meeting. So Cynthia is Cynthia Moore. She is an immigrant. She moved to the States following the American dream, and she is a mother. And she's the owner of the world-class financial group. She's been a financial advisor for 10 years. And she's fulfilling her goals and helping a lot of people also achieving their goals and dreams. Cynthia personally was able to help me a lot during my journey in the States. She gave me a lot of education about how to make my financial situation better, how to save money, how to invest some money, and how to be able to also save money on taxes. There's a lot of information that Cynthia helped me with, and that's why I'm so happy and so excited to let her share this information with you, because there's a lot of myths around us that we think that we know it, but at the end it's wrong, and we can do things the easiest way and the less risky way. Thank you for joining me, Cynthia. It's a great pleasure. Thank you for all the support and information you've been helping me with, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dalida. You know, it's there's so many platforms of social media, and you're always trying to maneuver everything, right? But nothing is impossible. So I'm super excited and just fired up to be here with you today or tonight. And yes, and thank you for the introduction. You know, when I met you, I just thought you are a remarkable lady, being here less than a year in the United States, and just to know everything that you've accomplished, not only in life, but just in your short time of being here in the United States. So to me, it's a pleasure knowing you, and I know that working together, growing together, and having the opportunity and the pleasure to helping you and get on track to your financial goals. And that's why I'm here today, and to be able to share. Hopefully somebody can benefit tonight, right, from what we're going to share. And yeah, so I'm very, very excited, and I'm happy to bring value to your show tonight.
Thank you so much. Actually, when I arrived to the States, there's a lot of things I didn't know. But one of the things that I was really eager to know is how to manage my finances. Not because I have a lot of money, but I want to know, when I get money, how can I keep it? It's not important you can get a lot of money, but at the same time you can't spend it all. So the power is not in, or you can get rich not by gaining more money, but by keeping the most. And I'm sure me, like anybody else around there who is not really, who doesn't really know how to manage his money, we have a lot of myths. We live our life accordingly. And let me mention one of these myths is the best way to keep or maybe spend all what we have because of we are not getting much money. So what can you tell us about some common myths that you meet people in your experience are doing, and how you were able to help them?
You know, Dalida, that's an excellent question, because there's so many myths about what it takes or what someone needs to do in order to start a plan or start your financial goals, get them financially on track. People think so many things, that they have to have a certain amount of money, they have to have a certain specific age. They have to be wealthy. They have to be married, or there's so many things, so many myths that there isn't one. That anybody can start saving from as soon as you're 2 weeks old. But what happens in our society and as humans, as human beings that we're procrastinators, right? We like to procrastinate, and so we wait and we wait, but there isn't really a perfect timing. And so that's one of the things that I try to educate and talk to people and my clients. Say, no, you can start, even if it's $3 a day. Anybody can. I'm sure you have $3, right? Do you think everybody has $3 a day, Dalita?
Sure. Yep.
Absolutely, right? We spend $5 or more in a cup of coffee.
Yep. Exactly.
So anybody has that. And if you think about it, one of the myths is I don't have money to save. I don't have $3, but everybody has $3. But if I tell them I don't have $90 or $150 a day, then that's different, right? But if I tell them, do you have $3 or $5 a day? Anybody has that. And so that's one of if you break it down into a simpler terms, everybody can say, yes, I can do it. And all those myths go away. Does that make sense? So there isn't really a perfect time, just wanting to do it, committing and say, I'm going to do it no matter what. So that's what I believe, and that's what I try to teach anybody that is looking, or at one point say, I want to start doing something. Cinthia, can you help me?
Yeah, usually I was raised in a way that you will start thinking about saving money when you have enough money on the side. So mainly, we don't have this mentality that we need to take certain amount from our paycheck before even we start paying the expenses. What is the perfect amount for people, or what they should be saving every month out of paycheck? And this proved necessary in this situation with COVID. People are working, gaining a lot of income, but once COVID started and they lost their jobs, you feel that they are out of money because they weren't protecting their income by saving. So what's the best amount?
Let me answer that question, which I believe is one of the most important questions, and a very common question that I get in my business. And I want to start, if you allow me, Dalita, I want to tell you one of the things that my group here in the office is doing. We're a team, we're an ethical team that is really committed to doing what's right for families, no matter what. It doesn't matter how much money I'm going to make, or if I'm not going to make any money. Sometimes I don't make money because I need to make sure that the person or the people that I'm helping are in the right position, and that are ready to do something. But we're literally we're a team dedicated to helping ensure that we don't leave any family behind. Okay. And how do we
Excuse
do
me.
that?
Sorry, Cynthia, one moment. Can you
Sure.
resend your invitation on Instagram because you were disconnected?
Oh, yes.
We are working on we are like live right now on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. That's why we are using Instagram from another device. Maybe you will see Cynthia's face is a little bit tilted towards the computer. But please, if you have any questions, hi Akram, thanks for joining. If you have any questions about your about how to manage your finances, feel free to leave a comment, and we will be answering it accordingly. So we were talking about savings.
Yes. So, as I was saying, we're a team dedicated to to helping ensure that there's no family left behind. Now, how do we do that? What is the best way to do it? Well, do it, this is in the financial arena, by introducing financial concepts to middle income families, which if you, all of you guys can agree, and I know you too, Dalita, middle income families are typically overlooked by the financial services industry. Why? Because there's that myth, right? That there's enough money, there's not enough money, or maybe they're not ready to save. They don't have the right amount of income and whatnot, or they don't have the right mentality. So that's what we do. Now, going back to your question, what's the right amount of money to start saving, or is there a specific amount of money? There isn't. You know, that's the great thing about it, that there isn't a specific amount of money because everybody's different, right? You're different. Your needs are different from someone that is 25 years old, someone that's 35 years old. My needs are different than my 18-year-old son, right? Even though they're already starting to do things, but everybody has specific, their means are very different. So maybe someone can start with $90 a month. Somebody can start with $500. As long as there's a commitment, Dalita, and the want, and they see value and they really want to commit to start doing something, anybody can start doing something, and I can help them. And so, you know, it's just a matter of wanting and say, you know what, even if it's, like I said, $3 a day, but I'm going to commit to do it on a long term, then you can be helped and I can help.
So mainly it's percentage of how much they are gaining. But if they are getting, they are making low income, it's not a reason for them to say, you know what, I'm not gaining enough, I shouldn't save. Even from low income, there should be a budget to save before even paying expenses. So it's like 10 to 20%, or it's less or more. What do you advise?
Normally, Dalita, we say that the minimum should be, anybody that's in a good, comfortable position should be, I would say, 10 to 15% of their monthly income. Those on a more limited budget can be, I would say, 5 to 10%, you know, depending on what their budget is. But, you know, I want to share something very quickly with you. There's people that make, let's say, $50,000 a year. That person, because of their commitment to saving and really to a long-term investment or saving, whatever you want to call it, at the end could have a lot more money, can be in a much better, comfortable financial situation than someone that makes $250,000. You know what I mean? Why? Because they committed and they didn't live beyond their means. Does that make sense? So I could make a little bit of money, but I could have a lot more money at the end. They say, I don't know if you've ever heard this, Dalita, but sacrifice your 20s and your 30s so that you can live your 40s and 50s and beyond like most people cannot.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, totally. We always say it's either pain now and pleasure later, or pleasure now and pain all your life. So it's a choice you take in your life, and we should start practicing right financial management and right financial habits since we are in small age, so that when we grow old, we are secure and we are not dependent on the government or on our family members or on anyone else.
Yeah, yeah. I believe that if you grow up in a poor or low income family, that's nobody's fault. It's not your fault. But if you stay in it, then that's your responsibility, right? Because you have all the means, all the options and ways for you to get out of that situation. So it's not our fault if we grew up in a low income family or broke or no money, whatever you want to call it, because I did. I grew up in a low middle income family with no financial education, but it was up to me and my siblings to get out of those situations. And, I'm blessed that we're all in a position where financially stable. And now we are my mom's, our parents' financial, no, I'm sorry, retirement fund, because especially my mother, because she didn't have that opportunity, so
Yeah.
it's great to learn. And it's usually an arena. For some reason, I was in that situation. The financial arena is kind of an intimidating arena. Do you agree? For a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's our responsibility as financial coaches, and I know as you as a life coach, it's our responsibility to make it easy and to help these families and let them know, look, there's no reason to be scared, to be afraid. You just have to learn. You just have to familiarize yourself and learn about it. And that's where we come in. We are here to make that journey simple for families.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for this information. Some people are joining through Instagram. Thank you for joining. And if you have any questions about how to manage your finances, please ask them. I will see the message and Cynthia will reply. Since you talked about coaching, many people ask, why do I need a financial advisor or a financial coach? And if I'm making some money, especially the middle income families, if I'm making some money, I can't afford to have a financial coach. So what's the solution? What does the coach do? How can he help families? And how much is the cost?
That's an excellent question, Dalita. That's another myth, that I don't have the money to start saving because I have to pay hundreds of dollars, right, to speak to a financial advisor. And honestly, let me tell you that that's what I thought too. I thought that I had to spend a lot of money to have a financial coach, for someone to tell me what I needed to do, and that therefore I was afraid because I didn't have the money. So, all those feelings that some of you guys that are watching may have, or misconceptions that it costs a lot of money, that I can't do it because I don't have the means to do it. That was in the past, because some things have changed. So now the only thing it takes is really finding, researching, and especially this is one of the ways that you can learn and say, you know what, I need to reach out to somebody. You can do it through me, you can do it through Dalita, but you literally can just reach out to us. We can have a conversation. Dalita, families don't have to even pay me a dime. Isn't that crazy? They don't have to pay even a dime to speak with me. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this business, start my business, which was about 10 years ago, and started into this industry, which, by the way, I was afraid to. I was intimidated before I started this business. I was intimidated because of the same situation. I didn't have the knowledge, right? Like most people say, I don't have the knowledge, therefore I'm going to stay away. But I gave myself an opportunity. I said, how am I going to learn about this? Not only to help others, but for me. So that's why I started this business, because somebody helped me here by reaching out to me, by introducing the business to me, the field. Now I'm able to give back, and some of the people here that are watching are my clients, and they know that I'm here for them. They can reach out to me whenever they want to, anytime. If I don't answer, I'll text them back, and they literally become my friends. So they're not just business or clients, they're literally become my friends. So they can reach out to us, and we sit down, spend time. We do it calmly, and by answering questions, figure out what they want, what they are looking for, what their goals are, and that's how we can start helping them. So it's simple. just don't, it takes not to be intimidated, reaching out to the right person, whether it's us or somebody else, and do the find out who you can go to.
Yes, exactly. It's in every aspect in our life, we need to have an advisor, a coach. We can't know it all, and especially in the main pillars of life, that is the health and the finances and the relationship. It's important to have people next to us to advise us and give us the right ideas, the right ways, other than the ideas we got how we on the way we were raised. Things are changing and the financial situation is changing, so we need to keep learning, and it's really hard to get all the information. We need some help and some advising. What I know, the company is that you are working with uh, or partnering with does regular education for everyone, that's open for everyone. Can you speak a little bit about this?
About my office and how we help families here.
Yeah, how do you offer free education awareness sessions for people to know more how to manage their finances? Because this was really a very interesting for me, and I learned a lot.
Yeah, I remember when you were part of one of the money seminars, Dalida, and
You are
I was
again disconnected on Instagram.
I'm
I'm
going.
sorry for that, but
No, that's fine. It says it's reconnecting. This is what
yep,
happens when you're going live, right? Things happen. This is live
yep.
stuff. Okay, it's reconnecting.
We're waiting to reconnect. It's our first time we do it dual live, so we apologize for that. But what we are listening to is very important information. So I appreciate your patience. Okay.
Am I connected
So,
now?
yep, you're great.
Okay, sorry. So, yeah, like I said, I remember when you were part of that money seminar, I was actually, I was invited to be a part of a money seminar. And let me tell you, I learned so much. So here's the thing, guys. All you have to do is reach out to me, or you can do it through Dalida, however you feel more comfortable with. But our office is in Murrieta, and if you're not able to come to our office, we actually can do it through Zoom. We literally can talk to. We make it easy to everybody to come in, and we have money seminars twice a week. Twice a week on Tuesday evenings and Saturday mornings. By the way, I know sometimes people say, well, Cinthya, Dalita, I work those two, I happen to work, or I happen to have Bible study, whatever the case may be. It doesn't have to be those 2 days. The only thing you have to do is reach out to me, to us, and we can set up a time to help you. We're here every single day. We have an amazing, you've been here, Dalita. It's a beautiful office here in Murrieta, very professional. And our main goal, once again, is everybody's welcome. And we want to make sure we make everybody feel comfortable. And this is your home where you can come in and say, you know what, I have a financial coach that I know is there for me anytime I need it, anytime I need to reach out to them. So we have money seminars every day. I'm sorry, every twice a week minimum. Plus, we're able to set up personal conversations with each client whenever they need it, when they reach out to us.
And all these are offered free of charge, guys, and it's really free of charge, just for you to enhance your financial education, financial awareness. So far, we talked about the importance of savings, the importance of education, financial education, and having a coach next to us to support us and give us the guidance. When I have money, usually I need to put it in a certain to protect it or to invest it. I put it in a bank, and this is how I know this is the best way to invest money. What do you want to say about that?
No, Dalita, I know I hate to say it, that's an excellent question, but they're all great. You're asking great questions and key
Because
questions that,
the point is, these are the things that I was facing and I knew it's wrong. And this is what I want to let the people know.
yes, absolutely. And these are actually the same questions that I had before I started in this field. And here's the great thing, guys. There isn't a specific thing that fits everybody. There's no one size fits all. You know what I mean? However, there are specific plans, specific services that can, depend on where you are, what range, age range you are in your life, can fit. So there's so many different possibilities that we can offer to a specific person. But let me give you an example. If I have a 65-year-old person and they come to me and say, Cynthia, I'm ready for retirement, right? I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have another 10, 20 years to saving for my retirement. I am retired. I'm a retirement age. So what can you do for me? Right? That's one scenario. So then we move into a specific retirement products and services for that specific person. Now we have a 25-year-old person, right? That is not a retirement. They're not ready for retirement, but they say, Cynthia, I want you to help me so that when I'm 50, I want to retire when I'm 50. I want to retire when I'm 55. I want to be young. I still want to have the energy to travel and do amazing things. Play with my grandchildren, whatever, right? Or my children, if they have children older. But now we're going to move into a specific product where this person has 25, 30 years to save, to invest into specific products. So now I'm going to move into a specific type of product for this person. And now we have another scenario, is a person that isn't 45 years old or maybe 50, that they're not quite retired, but they're not young. So now we're in a situation where they are in a hurry. They have to, what's the right word, the proper word? They have a sense of urgency because now they have maybe 10, maybe have 15 or even only 10 years to retirement. So now we're in a different situation. Does that make sense? So everybody's different. There's no specific situation or specific product that fits everybody. And that's where we come in. That's where we sit down and we do call as 6 steps to your financial goals. And, we ask questions. We figure out what are their goals, where their situation is, and financial situation as well.
What are the 6 steps to financial independence? What do you mean when you say this?
Well, the first one, for instance, will be how well are they managing their money? You know what I mean? That's one. Maybe they have enough money, but they don't really know how to manage their money. Another one is how much debt do they have? Are they good at managing their debt? How much credit card debt do they have? I'm sorry, I already said that, right? So one is how good are they managing their money? How much credit card debt do they have? Are they paying more debt than their savings? I wanna make a pause here a little bit, because a lot of people think that the perfect time to start saving is when they stop, when they're done paying all their credit card debt. And that's not the case. Think about this, Dalita. You spend half of your life, because do you agree, Dalita, that debt is never going to go away? We're always going to have some type of debt.
That's why no matter what's the income that you are gaining, if you gain $1,000 or $1 million, you have the ability to spend it. It's how you manage the amount that you are gaining. So debt is the same. You will always be in debt.
Absolutely. So So that's number one. And I tell everybody, it doesn't matter if you're paying debt, you still, along the way, you gotta be saving. You gotta be paying yourself, is what we call. Not only pay somebody else, you gotta be paying yourself so that you don't go through life paying bills. And by the time you're 50, 55 years old, you're free of debt, but you have nothing to show for it. So that's
Yeah.
number two, debt management. So we help you with that, consolidating your debt. Number three is emergency funds. Guys, we have to be responsible to take care of our own emergencies. Most people, Dalita, use this little square plastic thing, right, that we call credit card, and
Yeah.
that's what they use as emergency fund. Right? And so that's not the responsible way to do it. You gotta be saving besides your long term. You gotta have your short term emergency funds in your bank or wherever you want to have it. So that's number three. So here we go. Number one is managing your cash flow. Number two, debt management. Number three, managing having emergency funds. So be responsible and be prepared for emergencies. Be prepared for another pandemic, if you will.
Yep.
Number
Exactly.
four will be Number four will be proper protection. So we're talking about life insurance. Everybody needs life insurance. You know, that's how the rich pass on their wealth from generation to generation. Most people don't know that.
I need to stress a little bit on this because I had a totally different myth about life insurance. But let's finish with the 6 steps, then we will go a little bit deeper about life insurance.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree with you, Dalita. There's so many myths about and feels about life insurance, but we'll get back to that, as you said.
Yeah.
Number five is building your wealth. What are you doing to build your wealth? And not only say, I'm going to start saving and put it in my savings account. Think about that. Do you guys know that the interest rate that you get on your savings account is close to nothing? And it depends every bank. So I'm not going to give any amounts, but you should check what bank you have your savings in, where you have your money. And literally it's pennies. So I will find that out. But you have to put your money where it's growing faster than inflation. So why? Because what if inflation is 3% and you're getting only 3 or 2%? Then how fast is your money really growing? You got to have 5, 6, 15 or more interest rate getting on your money. So make sure that you strive to outpace inflation and reduce taxes. Make sure that if you don't know where to go, you get professional help, and that's where we come in. Number 6, and the last one, is preserve your wealth. How do you do that? Well, you do it through placing your money where you reduce taxation and build a family legacy. How do you build family legacy? Making sure, Dalita, that when we pass away, our money doesn't go to the government and it goes straight for families. Does that make sense? I don't know if you ever heard of probate. Some of you guys have heard of probate, some of you guys haven't, but probate is really meaning that when you pass away, Uncle Sam or your state gets a hold of that money before they actually take it to your family. And by the way, you guys, I don't know if you know that, let's say you have I'm not going to say specifics, but some type of retirement. You guys know what most companies use. But let's just give an example in this case, like a 401k. If you pass away, when the state takes that money away, I mean, when they take it out of your estate, you pay taxes even though you're not here anymore. And then when they finally give it to your family, they also pay taxes because they receive it as income. So how many times are we paying taxes here, Dalita?
Yeah.
Twice, right? So we're paying taxes. So another way that you need to another thing you have to think of is trust and wills, making sure that that money really goes straight to your families.
Wow, that's a lot of information. And now I have like a couple of questions. I don't know how much we have time, but there's a lot of things we need to go deep into. Maybe we have to reschedule another session or
I would love
stress
to.
or stress that you attend the meetings that they are doing educational, because I didn't know what's the difference between, why do we need life insurance. Our mindset is that when you die your family takes money. This is the summary of life insurance, but when you get the knowledge, you know that there's a lot into life insurance other than just securing your family. So taxes, inflation, funeral expenses. I'm seeing a lot of people who are suffering when their loved ones die, because it's not about only missing them, it's about how can they afford the expensive funerals. So there's a lot of things that we really need to know. So if you can give us some information in not in details because of the time, but whatever can you offer us, we are happy to.
You know, Dalita, and it's kind of, I don't know if the right word is sad, but I've always believed in life insurance, even before I started working in the field, because I said if something happens to me, or I want to make sure my family is protected. You know what I mean? Or if something happens to my husband, then that we are protected. And so to me, that always makes sense. But I didn't know, and once again, because we're limited on time, and I think this definitely should be another show, and I'll be happy to join you. um, there's different types of life insurance. There's, just really quick, there's temporary, what's called term insurance, and there's also permanent insurance. But think about this, Alita. If life insurance is a way uh, to protect a family in case of the worst case scenario. So what is the worst case scenario? That I pass away and my family is protected, so they don't have to worry about using their savings, or using my savings, or using my retirement. I literally have this fund sitting here. It could be $500,000. Think about this. How would anybody feel, guys? How would you guys feel if your loved one passes away and they left you $250,000, and your agent comes to your door and literally hand you a check for $250,000? $250,000. I'm just giving you an example, right? How would you feel? That means is that person that passed away loved you so much that they wanted to make sure that you didn't have to suffer, that you and your children or your family didn't have to worry about you didn't have any financial stress. And so I always tell families, look, life insurance has been revolutionized so much in the last 20 years or 30 years from when it started. Now there's so many types of life insurance. Not only it will always protect, it will come in handy for the worst case scenario when we pass away, but now there's also ways that sometimes you put in and you get everything back, and it's permanent, and you're able to build wealth within it. So many benefits. But once again, Dalita, the main thing, of course, is protecting your loved ones in the worst case scenario. And again, what's the worst case scenario? Losing a family member. Of course, the emotional stress cannot be taken away. But think about this, you guys, how much easier you don't have to worry, or you don't have any financial stress. Dalita, I just want to mention that it makes me sad sometimes when I see people in the streets collecting money, or doing car washes, or doing food drives. Have you seen those, Dalita, in the streets doing
Yeah,
food drives?
I
Because
just saw one today. I wanted to do some shopping, and there was someone holding a like cardboard with funeral expenses, donate money or something like that. It's really heartbreaking. People work all their lives, and it's some awareness, some extra steps you do during your life that protects your family and save them this painful experience.
Yeah, it is painful. And now we have what is it? GoFundMe,
Yep.
which it's sad, and people do that because they weren't properly educated, or nobody came to them and said, "Look, let me help you." And even GoFundMe, it's stressful because you don't know if you're gonna get the right money. You don't know if when you're gonna get the right amount of money. You don't know if the people are gonna be able to help you. And so to me is taking responsibility, being responsible for your loved ones, and not depending on somebody else. And depending on when they want to help you, that's when you're gonna take care of your loved one that already passed away.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you so much for all this. We still didn't talk about taxes. There's a lot of things
Oh, so
we
much.
didn't we didn't talk about, but it's really important. The last point, let's discuss a little bit because we didn't mention anything about taxes. I always hear it that uh, the poor or the people with limited income, not the poor only, um, pay their money couple of times, where the rich people pay once because they know where do they pay it. Where is the biggest like money drainage for the poor from the taxes, where they are paying it, they think they should be paying, but they can save it?
Oh my God, that's
Deep.
that's
It
one
needs time.
that's deep. That's very deep. I didn't know this, Alita, but I know you and I can relate in so many ways because we're coming here from a different country, and people live, at least in my country, day by day.
Yep.
I'm not saying every single person, but the majority of people, right? Because we're not educated on thinking beyond, thinking 30 years ahead. We're thinking a week, a week in the
Yep.
future, maybe a month. And when I came here, it was so different, and I was fascinated by so many opportunities. This is the land of opportunities, and and I'm so blessed, by the way, guys, to be here. To be here in this country that is giving me so many opportunities and continues to. But the one of the things that me coming from a low middle income family, and most middle income families go through, is that we don't know all that. Really, we're not educated about money. Think about this. We pay taxes in everything we do, Dalita,
Yep.
especially like you just say, if we're not educated. So we pay taxes when we get our check, right? Once you get a check, you've already paid taxes. Then think about this, guys. We go to the mall, and I know my daughter was at the mall. I don't know if she's still there. She's actually here, one of them. And what she's gonna buy something, and what is she gonna do? She's going to pay taxes, right? And then we want to sell something, then you got to report that you had income, then you got to pay taxes. If you have an investment and you got to use that investment, you got to pay taxes. Like I mentioned earlier, when you pass away and the state takes your estate, they look at your estate. If you didn't have a trust, Alita, or a will, you better believe it, unless you have income, cash accumulated under a life insurance, with cash accumulation, um, or other ways, is you will pay taxes. But the only way is if you do not want the state to take over your income, you gotta have a trust, or not take over, but touch it and make sure that they take what you owe them. You got to make sure you have a will, and to make sure that it goes to your loved ones right away. But anyways, otherwise, when that money goes to them, they will pay taxes immediately as well. Well, everybody's going to pay taxes, but at least they're going to receive that money. So we pay taxes everywhere. Now, another way is, now you want to invest, you want to start getting ready for retirement. You have to find the proper ways And let me tell you something, the wealthy already know where they need to put their money so that they avoid paying so much money taxes. So when when someone had lacking knowledge, they invest, they put their money in ways where they're going to end up paying a lot of money in taxes as well. So again, this is where we come in. I know I've been through it, and that's what I educate. That's what I assist my clients and anybody that comes from my friends on where to put their money so that they avoid continue paying so much in taxes and protect all that money that you worked so hard for all your life, making sure that it stays with you and it goes on to your family, to your loved ones.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. Is there any last message you like to say to the families, people who are working and really care to increase their financial education?
You know, I want to say that take the first step. I know it can be intimidating, as I mentioned before. It was for me because it's intimidating because we don't know and we're afraid and we're thinking, I'm going to jump into this and I have no idea. It's okay, you know, take little steps and go ahead and reach out to us. We can we can educate you. If you don't have the means to pay, we won't charge you a penny, but we will be happy to give the knowledge. But this, if I'm able to educate you and to give you options, eventually, if you don't have the means to do it, eventually you will. But you don't have to pay anything in order for us to come and help and come into our office and learn about it. But take the first step, no matter if you don't have the knowledge, if you feel like I don't know anything, I'm not going to understand, well, you will. And just like anything, right? It's like riding a bike. You may not understand in the beginning, you may fall, but eventually you will. So we're here to help you guys. Contact me anytime you want. My name is Cinthya Moore. You have my Instagram. You can private message me and I'll be happy to reach out to you. If you have someone also, Dalita, that need help and then they want us to reach out to them, I'll be happy to do that. Give them my phone number. You know, I can give it to you privately once you private message me. But other than that, I encourage everybody to learn, to gain more knowledge. If after I give you these 6 steps, if you feel like there's a specific subject, one of those first specific 6 steps that I give you that you need help in, then we can sit down and focus on that. So that's what we do. We're here for you. We're here to help you and reach out.
Thank you so much. That was really gold. It's really precious. And at the end, I know knowledge is power. And as Robert Kiyosaki in his book Rich Dad Poor Dad says, don't tell yourself I can't afford it. Think, how can I afford it? And when we say how, that means we are looking for knowledge. We are looking to know what's behind, what steps can we do, or what successful people are doing so we can copy them. So what I'm telling you is you need to increase your knowledge in your financial education. It's a part of the self-development stage that you need to pass through in order to move your career, your life to the next level. Thank you so much, Cinthya, for this great session. And I'm looking forward really for more. I have a lot of questions, so I will be bugging you now when we're done.
Please do, Dalita. Please do. Dalita, can I add knowledge
Yes,
is
sure.
power. Knowledge is power as long as you apply it. Right?
Applied knowledge, exactly. Yes, applied knowledge is power. So we gave you some knowledge. Now you need to start to apply it and look for more information. As I said, a summary, there's always sessions, education sessions available. Don't say, how can I know more? now we proved that financial educators or advisors can serve you for free, can share with you the information, and their only gain is maybe if you needed any products that will help you secure your future, they will be benefiting. But other than that, it's all knowledge that is given for you for free. So this is a gift. You need to take it and cherish it and be serious about it. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, if you watch this live after what's done in the replay, please leave a message and we will look at it and we will hopefully Cynthia, not me. You don't want my answers. Cynthia will answer you.
I'll be happy to, for sure.
Thank you so much, and I will see you next Monday with another new topic. Bye.
Thank you,
Cynthia.
Dalita. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.